Hi Aries, this is your November 2023 general reading. So I started recording and then I realized it wasn't recording, but I did pull out these cards for you guys. And we were talking about how it's time for you guys to relax. And there's been so much weight on your shoulders with Pallas Athena. And it's interesting because I did a reading for you guys, a very long one, and a couple of you said there was no sound on it, so I took it down, and then when I went to upload it again, it wasn't on my phone anymore. And we were talking about really this energy of you guys there's so much going on in your sign. There's so many energies around affecting you, and they are Martian energies, right? They are like this war, aggression, having to like be prepared, really alert energies. And with Pallas Athena here, it does feel like you guys have been very much so consumed by what's going on collectively and what's going on in your sign, to the point where like that's all you're thinking about. It really is affecting you. And it has been consuming so much of your energy, but it does feel like this reading is, the message here is that you need to make sure you're taking a break and that you're allowing yourself to recover. Human beings can't be in a state of, you can't be in stress mode 24/7 and survive and be healthy. You're not even going to be able to perform your best, think clearly. And so it feels like you guys are being asked to kind of take time with this waning crescent. It's moving into that new moon, that dark, to take care of yourself a little bit internally, like make sure you're okay. Make sure you're dealing with everything in a healthy manner. You're not suppressing, you're not repressing, you're not projecting, you're not, there's a lot of shadow work that can take place here. Always when there's something happening collectively, how we react to it and how it triggers us shows us what's going on internally. But for you, again, it doesn't even feel like this is a opportunity for shadow work, but it does feel like you're being triggered greatly. Being an Aries, you have these energies are a part of your makeup, so they are going to affect you more. But so you have to be very mindful that you're taking care of yourself. 11th house, you guys, going out, being around your friends, connecting with a community. Let's see. We have the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Swords. Yeah, you guys are going through it. Like, you guys have a lot of weight that you're carrying. You're literally carrying the weight of the world. You're confused, you're exhausted, there's so much going on within you. Again, there's Carl Jung is someone I recommend really learning, like buying one of his books, because he really does talk about how the best way to deal with the darkness of the world is to deal with the darkness within us. And he talks about how we will never stop seeing horrendous things in the world, as long as we're refusing to deal with our own selves. With your last reading, I was so careful with my words because I know people can get very upset and very triggered, but there is a sense of really having to take some time and reflect on what is going on, like why you're being triggered, what within you is causing such an intense reaction. I know what so many people are thinking and are probably going to comment, but it's the truth, right? It's, for example, I'll just give an example. I used to get extremely, extremely, extremely triggered by when people would hurt innocent lives. Like that, it didn't just trigger me, it made me see red. Like, I don't know what I would have done if I would have witnessed something like that. And then when I was going through something very intense and I was losing someone that was my heart and soul, I had a moment where I'm like, that's when it clicked for me. Like, I'm capable of doing just that if it meant saving my boy, and I would never act on it. I'm not saying, I hope this isn't taken the wrong way, but that's essentially one way to approach your own shadow, right? When something externally triggers you so intensely, to see, okay, like where is this stemming from, and can I find that within me? Is there something? This reading, guys, your readings, this and the one that got taken, that I you guys said there was no sound, I don't like it, because if you don't understand the power of your shadow in your physical reality, but also the power of the collective shadow in the collective reality, what I'm saying is not something that you want to hear, that anyone wants to hear. But you're reading, this is your reading, it's you are being asked to go within. And the 11th house is also community, right? It's humanitarian, it's fighting for rights, standing up. But there is a sense of really discovering what you're reconnecting with yourself. It feels like you're very caught up in the collective, not the collective unconscious, but just the collective, the community. And there's a sense of you're in this warrior energy. You're embodying this Pallas Athena. She's not like her brother who just goes and sees red. She plans things out. She watches. She knows what steps to take. And it feels like you guys might be like watching the news 24/7, or like just thinking about everything that's going on in the world right now. But it's like you're not at all focusing on yourself. We have death. And Mars, your ruler, is in Scorpio right now. We have a death, the Fool, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. So if you think about it, like why people say, if you want to change the world, start with yourself, right? Because if your own energy has the power to change your reality, then collectively our energy is what manifests reality. And if Like, let's say right now you're in this energy, right? This is what you're emitting. Whether it's not an easy thing to hear, but essentially this is what you're attracting. This is, even though you think you're fighting for something else and you're wanting peace, let's say, you're attracting chaos and difficulty and burdens and anxiety and things just happening out of nowhere, cruelty. This is the energy that you're emitting, because this is what you're focusing on right now. This is what, and it's all you're focusing on right now. And it's what most of us are. That's why they say fear is the most powerful way that people can get controlled, right? Because when we're at such a low frequency, whoever is aware enough and awake enough gets to actually create the reality that they want and control the narrative. Because when you're here, you see nothing. But when you're able to remain balanced, remain standing in your power, not only then are you actually able to help and be of service, but this is what you're manifesting. This is what you're putting out into the world. A new chapter, a new beginning, a matriarchy, where the world is in unity and emotions and love is honored, and there's happiness. There's also a sense, you guys, this reading might be a little long, but there's also, I did a reading back in September where it was very clear that there's a significant shift happening. It's almost like if you think of collectively, the collective world is splitting into two. Like, there are going to be two earths, right? And since September, it's like, since then, we, by our actions, by our energy, what we're focusing on, the energy that we're emitting, we've been choosing which path to walk on. And so there's that sense here of which earth do you want to go to? If there is that split happening, there's one where the earth will be peace and will be closer to the experience of heaven on earth, whereas this earth is gonna destroy itself. And again, it's so hard when things are chaotic. There's so much happening in the world, so much loss happening, so much just chaos. It's hard for some people to say, well, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to focus on myself. But it's like, again, that's how you help the collective get out of this energy, get out of this reality. But two, by doing so, you're sabotaging yourself, because you're choosing to stay on the reality and the earth where these energies exist. So this really is a time for you to decide, where do you want to go? And really, you don't even need to get a Carl Jung book, but look up articles and look up his lectures, especially when he talks about collective energies, and really remind yourself and ask yourself how this universe works, right? How does reality get created? How do things happen? And it's like you have to remind yourself, like, okay, it's all energy. It's all really, the only thing I can do is do the work myself so I can ascend. And by ascending, the higher you are radiating, when you walk, anywhere you go, you uplift people. And it's like your light becomes addicting and they want to achieve it. That really is the best thing that you can do. But yeah, Aries, your readings, again, the one that got taken down in this one, it feels very like some people might take it the wrong way, but I hope that you don't, and I hope that you do take the time to really reflect on, where your current energy is, how that's impacting the collective, and if it's not the way you want it to, what can you do different? All right, Aries, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.